up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. Grew at my house and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone, got no patience, cause I'm not a doctor. Girl, why is you lying? Girl, why you move faster? Yeah, me casa su casa. Got it stripping like Gaza. Got so high off volcanoes. Now the flow is so lava. Yeah, we spit that saliva. iPhone got message from Viber. Either the head is so high, girl, or we let bygones be bygones. My God, you pay for your friends. I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies. Why I feel so the opposite. Incompetent ain't the half of it. Saturdays with young lavish. The saddest shit is I'm bad as it. These they took from the cabinet. Sorry, I'm just scared of the future. Till 2005, I got your back, we can do this. Hold up. No matter what you say, what you do.
You are muted.
I'll start off on mute. Okay, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. This is a Slice of Horror. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe on the channel. Go ahead and do it now. Do it right now. Like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Take this second before we get rolling because there's a lot here that we're going to talk about today. And I'm excited because, you know, I've been on point with my theory. So we got a lot to talk about in this episode. This is a spoiler review and a theories video. So if you have not seen the episode, I need you to turn it to your watch list, watch later, and then come on back. Okay. But if you have seen the episode and you're ready to discuss it, so are we. How did you feel about this episode?
It's a dope episode. We got a lot of good answers and things, you know. Like you said, yeah, you are. I mean, the one major thing you definitely called that, like you called that whole entire situation was crazy. As I was watching it, I was like, it's like we wrote this shit. But yeah, man, it's a great episode. I liked it. I was hoping for more action in the house, but what I got was still, it was satisfying. I'll say that.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be definitely turn into a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
But as we soon learn, that is yet to come. He just because we didn't get it when we thought we was gonna get it, that don't mean it ain't on the way.
Yeah.
According to the children of Maturin, the massacre it has yet to come. Because from what they tell us, and we'll talk about it, like they've been able to track a pattern of his foolishness and massacres that occur every 27 years.
Yeah, it's funny because the moment I heard that, I was like, "Oh, so like Jeepers Creepers, everybody bit Pennywise, yo. Everybody has taken pieces of Pennywise and made characters out of those pieces,
taking a little spurt of something like, let me take this idea and run with it. So, you know, Stephen King might have been skiing when he wrote it, but he was on to some things. Okay,
he was. Every now and then you gotta do some recreational activities to get your mind right.
I mean, you know, I don't want to have to do that, but
so spelunking. I mean, everybody got their levels.
I don't want to have to go there to make a #1 best-selling novel that spans throughout generations. But you know what? Thank you, Stephen King, for your service to our country.
For your sacrifices. That's hilarious.
Thank you. Shout out to the ones who do that, who will do what needs to be done for the sake of their art. Take care of yourself at the end of the day, but you know, I appreciate you for what you do. So we start this episode right where we left off of. And apparently going into someone's mind is not as seamless as it seems when Professor X be doing it, because he be all over people's head and coming out of people's head and acting like it ain't no big deal. Halloran gave us some anesthesia.
Yeah, I think it's because of the force. He had to forcefully do it. Because we've seen people with the shine go in. Like he did it to Leroy earlier without, causing him to have a reaction.
But it was still uncomfortable. Like Leroy didn't like it. He was like, I felt
it. He felt it. Yeah. He felt them in there. But this was different. Like Hollering was in there, and they're like, "Yo, get bro some help because this could be fatal." Like it seemed like it was something like on the edge of being too dangerous to do. And he said on the last episode, like it was going to be the worst choice for both of them, and it really seemed like Hollering had been affected by it as well.
Yes, it was. It took out a lot out of him to do as well. Like mentally, that's a lot. I'm like, this must feel what I be feeling like after I have had to do a math test.
Really? Math test?
Gave it everything I had. I have no more left. I ain't got it left. I have nothing else left in me after that. I'm like, that's when I have used every ounce of my brain structure to
mental
get
capacity.
I ain't got nothing else to give. And it took him down through there as well. All because the general needed to know
Yeah, Shaw
that
wanted to
they're
know
going
what
to,
Pro
yes,
was.
the house.
Yep.
Basically Pennywise's playhouse.
Yeah, apparently so. And this is when Leroy was like, "Hey man, just come straight with me about this whole thing." And Shaw cut him in on like what was going down, like entirely. Like, and that's when Leroy was like, "So you know that this thing out here, and you gonna send me with my family?" And bro was like, "Yo, we thought you was gonna stay on the base."
But he didn't tell him a reason why he should stay on the base. Is what he's saying.
Exactly.
Like, if you knew, if you like, you could have like told me like it would be more preferable for you to stay on base, as this might be the safest place. But when we offered you to stay on base, you was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay in Derry." Like you did, like you could have persuaded me a little bit harder.
Yeah, like for
Don't let me
me,
leave.
what did that offer sound like? Hey, do you want to stay on base, or you
Right.
probably need to stay on base? Like those are two different statements.
It is. It's two very, very different things. And he's just like, you could have told me a little bit more about what was going on here. That's like somebody saying, "Hey, I think I'm about to go to Walmart." And you say, "I mean, you go to Target if you want to, but I mean, if you want to go over there to Walmart, that's fine as well. I mean, that's on you. You're fine, I go to Walmart." Well, you could tell me that they be over there fighting and stealing and stuff. Why do you persuade me a little bit harder to go Target?
And you just threw Walmart under the bus. And
Like, you push me a little bit harder to go somewhere else. Like, you just let me walk into it and ain't say, you didn't give me the pros and the cons of each situation. You was just like, "All right, this is just up to you." And I would have been mad too, because he's like, you could have like something bad could have happened to us here.
we were in the line of fire and didn't know it.
And you knew it was a possibility, but you didn't say anything.
And my
So
thing is like, how does the general decide who to tell the secrets to and who not to tell the secrets to? Because throughout this episode, especially, we got to see how the military worked a little bit, like on this project. It seems like they still acted on a need to know basis. But it's like, I'm pretty sure these men need to know what's going on while they walking into a freaking house of horrors. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're just dribbling information to these guys. Like, y'all are setting everybody up to be taken out, pretty much, for the sake of a
and I feel
single
like
weapon.
they're telling them these things in a way that, and I get why they have to do it. They're trying to explain a supernatural situation and make it make sense in logical terms. But they're dealing with things that are not even of this world. They're dealing with things that has really no real written history and that they have not had any prior knowledge about. And they're going in there with a logical mind to not say, "No, you need to be telling them the story of ghosts, goblins, witches, vampires." Like, tell them like this stuff exists and you're going to see some of this stuff here, and stop trying to like, yeah, it's going to be dangerous. So you might make, I might hallucinate a little bit.
About,
Like, don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
that shouldn't be there. You should just shoot it.
You know what I'm saying? Like in my, you know what I'm saying? That's not enough of the story for me to know what I'm really walking into. Tell me, you're gonna have to know. Sit down and tell me this shit's gonna sound crazy.
And for me, like, I understand these statements coming from certain people, just like in real life. Like we've had for decades people, you know, saying that they've seen aliens or whatever, and like we just write that off. But then when you have a military man coming to you and saying, while I was flying a mission, I saw aliens, bro. Like that's different. But then when you go even further up the ladder to like the general, and the general tells you, hey, there is these things going on, like they're not normal, and this might sound crazy, but I'm the one telling you this. Like I'm your superior officer. I'm letting you know this shit's real. This is real. And I just don't see anybody disbelieving that. They might be skeptics, but like you're sending me into an active, like hostile environment with firearms.
They not mentally prepared for none
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Come on. Yeah, they didn't give them boy a chance in that house. And the only reason why it wasn't as bad as it could have been because it wasn't focusing on them. That's the only reason.
Right. Y'all just came in a place that he didn't really, y'all wasn't the primary focus. He was waiting on them kids, and y'all asked if he could go up to the party anyway. It's just like, let me get y'all out of my way because I actually have I was here. I've been this food been marinating for weeks now.
Yeah, you was trying to get them in, boy.
y'all over here bringing sides. The main course has been stewing in its own juices for a while. I didn't ask for this yet. And they came at the y'all know, like mentally prepare me for the things that are about to happen. Don't let me be blindsided. And I get it because you know, in Men in Black, when Agent K was like, you know, people are, you know, a person is smart, but people are dumb.
Yeah.
It's like you can tell, like when he was, you know, telling, you know, Will Smith's character, like, I'm telling you because I can sit down and talk to you and have a logical conversation and convince you that these things are flowing in this direction. But if I tell the wide span of people,
Mass hysteria.
Right, mass hysteria.
Yeah.
And you're gonna either have some people who are still gonna remain skeptic, or then you're gonna have the people, the people who are gonna immediately back away because they be like, you know what, my grandma told me about this woo-woo stuff. I don't do that. And they gonna immediately not want to be a part of it. You know, then you have a small percentage left over that's like, I kind of see what's going on, but tell me more.
Yeah, I wonder what was the selection program like process was for this unit, because like they took the time to actually, you know, find Leroy, who was special because he can't feel fear, and they did a good job of showing him being startled but not afraid in this episode. Like this actor is, I don't know who this actor is, but he is the shit. I like him. He should be Blue Marvel in Marvel in MCU. he like dude is my guy. Like I love the way he's acting this role. But yeah, no more patty cakes.
Little patty heifers.
Oh my god. I'm glad little Shorty stepped off from them, but she had to lose her eye to get there.
To see who was really telling the truth and telling you about the things that was going on this whole time.
Which is ironic. And I keep that was also ironic.
I see what you did there.
It was an accident. But yeah. Hey, but she was down though. After she realized her friend was telling the truth, she was like, okay, it's a thing. And like I understand where she's coming from, because it's like, well, y'all been dealing with it this whole time. There's nobody else I can go to talk about this or be protected from this. So, you know, it was she's kind of between a rock and the obvious choice. So yeah. And then the fact that Lily was like, she's a real friend, you know, to her friends, especially to her, you know. So she accepted her, but freaking Ronnie, like, who this patty cake trick you bring into the group?
I wouldn't be having it either. And she, and I feel like she only went back to them because, again, she wouldn't be able to tell them Patty heifers nothing, and without them calling her crazy.
I guess
And
she
then
ain't
she's
got
also
nobody.
scared because she was scared that because she said, she was just like, "Is this gonna happen again? Is he gonna come back?" And Lily was just like, "Shit, I don't know, probably." Like I can't. He's probably gonna be back. And I feel like she did it because she needed, and I can't think of the little girl's name. It starts with an M, don't it?
I don't know.
Marge, Maggie, one of those.
Maggie. I don't think it was Maggie. This little chick name, man.
I gotta look that up. But yeah, but I feel like she's one of the people that always want to be part of a group. Anyway, like she's like I don't operate as solo.
Marge.
It is Marge.
Yeah.
Yes, she needs people to be around.
Yeah,
And it's just
she's a
like if I
baller.
don't have these little patty cake shits in my corner, I need somebody because ain't no way I'm gonna deal with this again by myself. There's no way this is gonna happen to me again by myself. But Ronnie been on that no new friends thing. Every time y'all try to bring somebody new around.
Yeah, who this? I don't know, but she did bring Will because she realized Will was smart.
Like you better be useful to me. I'm already
Got Will
drowning.
involved in all this bullshit.
Exactly. Will was like, hell, I just thought she was cute. I didn't know this was gonna be all.
Bro, what? I didn't know I had to fight a demon.
Not supposed to be this hard. And then we get your boy.
Hey, you wrong for this.
Let me tell you something. Because some people's out here rejoicing when they seen Maddie because it was a lot of fan theories that was suspecting that Maddie was still alive. And then in my mind, I'm like, has Pennywise has he ever left he hasn't really left a lot of victims after they've been where he's at, like after he's captured somebody. I haven't seen him like uncapture.
I can
I
only
sent you
think of
back
like
to you.
one. And that was from the shorty dude's wife in the original miniseries. She got hit with the dead eyes or whatever they were called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was she only got back from that because they destroyed him in the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she got back because they beat him.
And so I'm just like, there was no reason that he would have left him alive. Number two, he came back looking gray. And three, why is it the go-to emo hairstyle? We got to have our hair down, covering our face with a little. We got to have a little bit because that wasn't Maddie's hair when he left.
I got you.
He had the little short bob haircut and a pacifier. So you mean to tell me he done ditched the pacifier and that little short pixie cut, and now he's got the little emo look? I said, this the same. He came out looking just like Peter Parker did in Spider-Man 3 when Venom had got to him. That was my immediately. I was just like, ain't no way in hell this is Maddie. But some of y'all was like, oh, see, I told y'all Maddie was alive. I told you Maddie was alive. And I'm sitting here looking like, so y'all ain't watched Spider-Man?
What? that was the clue. For me, it was the tent. When I saw the tent, I was like, "That's a creepy ass tent, man." Like that, like seriously, that tent was creepy. And then how they shot it was creepy too, because when everybody realized it was there, because he was like coughing or something inside, they all turned to it. You didn't see anybody, you just saw like the tent flapping a little bit in the wind. And I was like, bro, it's ominous. You know what I'm saying? Like the way it was presented was ominous. And that when I saw him, I'm like, there's no way you got out of that car, fam. You know what I'm saying? And then his explanation made no sense. Like, he just left you alive because he needed fear. It's like, pretty sure he eats that. That's what he's eating. He don't need to be around it. He needs to consume it. So yeah, his story didn't add up to me. I knew when I saw the freaking tent, it was a setup. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I feel like he talked a good game. Like if I wouldn't like have noticed it that he was looking like Peter Parker, crossed with Venom. But he told a good story because he was like seeming real sad, and he did describe like what happened to all them kids. Like when they got down there,
I'm pretty sure the person who did it would know.
Exactly. He gave him some great detail. You know what I'm saying? And being that he was in his mind, he was able to see all of Maddie's memories and things, so he would know how to converse with them in a way that Maddie would.
Yeah.
Because he was in his mind to know how to say these things. But I'm telling you, when you come out here with this emo hairstyle, I was immediately like, this is an alien invasion.
Yeah, you know who you remind me of? Freaking Chandler Riggs. The dude that played Carl and
I was gonna say Carl. Oh.
He reminded me of him, like him when he was younger. If they were like the same age and like the perfect universe, they would have been a great like Bart Simpson and like evil Bart Simpson in a live action Simpsons movie. I don't know why I thought that when I saw him. I was like, man, he looked like Carl. When he came out of the tent, he looked like Carl.
Y'all drop in the comment section below and let us know. Was y'all excited that y'all thought that Maddie was still alive and y'all thought that y'all's theory was correct, or were you immediately suspicious? Because I seen a lot of people was just like they got excited real fast because they desperately wanted to prove that Maddie was still alive, and I was just like, y'all don't know Pennywise well enough for me, and I'm bothered because I don't know how y'all didn't see this, and I don't know how y'all don't remember Peter Parker when he started dressing. Oh
my God,
that little swoop to the side, and
that was your clue. Your clue was hilarious.
I had to go all the way to a whole nother fandom universe to get this, but I knew that wasn't Maddie. Okay,
and that was the worst Spider-Man movie, by the way. The worst.
Why would everybody always say that when I like things?
You like part 3? Oh my God, what is going on? Venom didn't even talk like Venom. He was all like, I this and I that. No, it's we. It's we this and we that. And then who was it? Topher Grace, what his name is, that 70s show boy was Venom. He's like, he would have to eat himself to be the size of Venom. Like, oh man.
Every time I get on here, y'all be making it seem like, you know what? I'm about tired of y'all talking about the movies that I like.
I need a list. I need to know what X-Men movies you like. I need to know what Spider-Man movies you like. I need to know what all the comic book movies and horror movies apparently.
I got flamed up a whole lot last year about my horror movie. Last
year you got flamed last month. With that doggone Halloween and Buster Rhymes.
Every year around Halloween, somebody got to tell me that I don't have a right to have those opinions about the horror movies.
Oh my God. Oh, you are pushing it. You are pushing it, like.
So y'all don't like when Peter Parker came out that clothing store and he did his little dancey dance with his suit on.
You know what? That dance sparked a million memes.
His little strut down the street.
I'm mad that was the evil Peter Parker because he got darker than that in the comics when he got Venom. Their representation of evil Peter was like whack. That's why the movie sucked. But anyway, get off the. The best part of that movie was Sandman, and then he was the best part of the new movie with all three of the Spider-Man put together.
One of these days, we're gonna do a. We're gonna have to start. You know what? We're gonna have to start doing tier rankings. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna have to start doing movie tier rankings.
The worst.
Because y'all like to obliterate me. I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity. We gonna because I ain't did no tier rankings this year at all. Mm-hmm. We might have to run that.
Yeah, the worst movies that Kiva watched. Kiva's favorite worst movies.
We're gonna do some tier lists and then see where that takes us. Okay.
Here for it.
So the Children of Maturin. They have their little meeting, and I would love to sit in on one of their meetings because apparently don't nobody else know what the hell they doing but them.
Man, they know everything. Like they're sitting there wondering whether they should act or not because They're like, hey, well, the cycle almost over, so we can just sit back, really. But like, I mean, you see, and it's crazy because my thought earlier in the season was, why wasn't Rose impacted by like Derry and the eeriness of Derry or whatever force is making folks be crazy in Derry? And it's because one, she doesn't live directly in Derry, and two, she's covered by this. Like, she has knowledge outside of the people of Derry as to what's going on. And you know, it makes a lot of sense that they're not really impacted by the like what's like discharge or some kind of evil mist or like miasma or whatever that Pennywise gives off when he feeds that causes, you know, the discourse to happen. They're not impacted.
Because it's in the water supply.
Yeah.
And they probably know that, you know, we're gonna have to boil our water. We're gonna get some well water because whatever they working off the Derry. We ain't doing Derry's city water supply. We gonna off the well. So they not putting. They said if it's in the water, we don't want it.
Yeah, but see, it's like Rose is kind of caught here because she wants to help Shaw, but she wants to help General Shaw in a way where it's like, realize what you're doing so you will stop. That's how she wants to help him. But at the same time, like the best course of action right here seems to be just sit back and let it do its thing. Let it run its course. But see, the problem becomes, does it run its course before or after the military removes its cage? So for them, it's like, do we act or do we not act? So I get it, but Jesus, U.S. military screwing up bad as usual.
Cause Shaw.
And then when they do explain how he got his memories back, and it's crazy because it's all Cold War stuff, like MK Ultra, all those like mind control projects from that era and stuff. It's like that's how he got his memories back. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, you, sir, stay out of it. Like you're doing too much, trying to, and then not even giving everybody enough information that you're trying to trap a cosmic entity. You're going above and beyond what need to be doing. You just protect and serve. You're doing the wrong things right now, and you're messing up stuff that you shouldn't be meddling in. Like, you meddling kids, get out of there.
Exactly.
Like, you have no business in there with things that you don't know about. And
I still don't understand the plan. Like, how you gonna drop Pennywise into a conflict zone?
He don't even fucking know the plan. He wants to be stamped on it like he did something. The plan is not planned. It's just not a good plan. It's not a good plan. So they moving your boy to Shawshank. Okay.
Yeah. She said. Well, he said because it was already been processed. He was gonna be in there for about a week before she can get him out. But the chief is like, you know, you probably won't last a week because you are accused of taking out kids, white kids at that. And it was like, yeah, you probably won't last a week, bro. And
he pretty much said, we ain't gonna do the paperwork because for why?
And then Buddy here, when the red, he didn't want him to last to the end of this day. He tried to get him right then and there. And I'm surprised
what's his name? Phil and Susie's dad.
Yeah. I'm surprised how the cops reacted to that. They reacted real quickly. And they kept bro from getting shot or getting taken out just then. But at the end, when Charlotte sees that weird looking cop in the window, and we know it's Pennywise, but she gives him a look, and it made sense to me because it's like, you know what, you are surrounded by a lot of crazy white people. Just be real. Like, this town is being affected. You're already an outsider, and you already get weird looks. But for this cop in this window to stand out that much, she knew it was something else. Like, in her mind, she was like, that ain't right. And then he disappeared instantly. Somebody walked by her and he was gone.
I feel like that was her seeing instances of it, because for some reason the Hanlon family can see these things. Well, yeah, not for some. They haven't been there as long as everybody. They ain't been drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
They ain't been drinking the entity water. So that she was there. So although he was there and probably nobody else is paying attention, she sees it and knows that that let me know something was about to happen on behalf of it. Like this whole situation was being manipulated
Yeah.
at that instance, and she was the only one who saw it, but it's not like she can explain it to anybody, because like what am I saying?
I mean, she's thinking like, what the hell is that? Like, she sees him with things first. First thing she thinks is, okay, cop, and then she sees that weird smile and like, yo, that ain't right. And then the fact that she's already kind of keyed in, with her son's situation, she doesn't know exactly that there's an entity in this town doing things, but she knows there is something above her going on.
Right.
Her son told her he got chased, and then her husband is like reacting to that in a weird way because he knows that there's something deeper behind that. And she ain't dumb. She putting two and two together like it's something up in this town. And I was so happy he finally came home and said, hey, this is what's happening. And I know
he got them the hell up out of there instantly.
Yeah,
There no games to be played. He said, as soon as I get home, we packing up and we're leaving. This family does some really, really smart things that you don't normally see in the horror movie aspect. It's like they're doing the things that we yell at people through the TV to do. Like we just feel like we don't even have to yell at them because they already doing it. They're ahead of it. Like the things we're like, don't do that, or you need to do that. Like, they're ahead of the game.
Yeah, the
like now when I say if
out.
I was in a horror movie, this is what I would be doing. I would be doing like them. He said, "Oh yeah, we getting out of this house today."
The moment he found out all that top secret stuff was out the window, he didn't care. It's like, hey, I couldn't tell you his things before, but now I know more than I knew then. We getting up out of here. We leave. Which
she ain't do all that extra. She ain't give him no pushback or nothing. Like they didn't show up that conversation. The next thing we saw was they was moving, which shows me that she ain't put up a fight. That she said, you know what, you right. It's something weird going on up around here.
She used common sense too. She putting the pieces together in her mind, and then he come in with that. When he comes in and tell her the totality of what's going on at the base, and she had all these other experiences before that. Yeah, she was down. She was like, "Oh, I knew something was up in this fucking place."
Let me tell you, them skeptics and naysayers that be in these horror movies get on my nerves, which is why I liked Sinners, in the fact that once, and we talked about it when I did my Sinners panel, is that when Annie said, I know exactly what we're dealing with now. That's a vampire. Nobody questioned her. They was like, you the hoodoo lady, and we know it's something weird happening out there and we can't explain it. You got all the answers. If you say this is what it is, we are believing you fully 100%. Now what we gonna do about it, what you want us to do so we can survive this. Like it wasn't well, maybe, well, actually, well, I don't know. It was just like, we ain't got time to be doing all these questions. You're the expert. I'm following your lead. I'm with you. I'm like, this is the spirit that keep you alive. In horror movies. Let's hold on to that spirit. And I because I'd be so over the people that logical reasoning skeptic.
I mean, a lot of that is just writing. Like they can't have everybody on the same page because how do you establish conflict? Between the parties.
Be to the point that be to the detriment. Like that'd be the fall. And by the time y'all realize what the truth is, you already
But see, that's been my problem with the Alien series for the past couple of years. Like the alien is taking people out in these movies because they're doing stupid stuff. Like in the first two movies, they was doing everything right. It was still getting got. You know what I'm saying? And like that's scary. When you doing everything right and you still can't get away from this thing, that's scary. But when people are just getting taken out because they do the stupidest thing possible in the stupidest moment possible, it's like you deserve that, fam. Like we don't even feel for those characters. We don't feel for them. Like we feel like that's exactly what you should get for not being smart. And that's terrible, but you know, that's how we're
That
wired to watch these movies by this point.
Rose said she finally got to have a conversation with Shaw, because like why? Because what you doing with my nephew? Like
Mm-hmm.
you gonna tell me the truth at this point? And he's just like, look, okay, when I left, I didn't know, but when I came back, my memories came here, and now I got to do this. He told her his stupid ass plan, and she was like, this is dumb, but if you're gonna do it, let me go with you. And he was still like, nah. And so she asked to see her nephew so she could give him a shard of the star.
But see,
Like if y'all gonna make him go with y'all, go through with this whole thing, I need to see him and make sure that he'll be okay.
I just wonder how much of Shaw's denial of her going tagging along was like to protect her. Like, did he not want her in the line of fire, or did he not want her to meddle in his plans? Because it seemed like a little bit of both. Like, there's a level of him wanting to keep her outside of this, whatever the military is doing, and it's a level like for her safety, and there's a level of him wanting to keep her out of his way so she don't sabotage his plans. Because there's still like a camaraderie between them. Like, they can come and have a conversation like this at the drop of a hat. He's a general. You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk in a general's office like this. And so that there is rapport there, but it's also this calculation between the two of them. Like, they're playing each other. Because she really played them in this situation ultimately with how she set it up for her son, for her nephew to do what he did. And but yeah, I don't know if he's like worried about her or he's just worried about his plan. But I do like the fact that that he explained how he got his memories back. Like I said, it's kind of like the whole Cold War, CIA, MK Ultra thing. He took a serum, a formula, or whatever that was supposed to keep him. I guess back then they were worried about like the Manchurian candidate, a person who could get mind like brainwashed and then infiltrate the government or whatever from the Soviets. So I'm guessing it's kind of one of those programs where he took a formula or whatever to keep him from being like controlled by a foreign government via like chemical brainwashing, and that caused him to get his memories back. And but she was like, "Yo, you might have got some recollection back from that treatment, but if you really remember what happened to you and how you felt at that time, you wouldn't be doing this." Because like he got the memory of the experience. He ain't got the memory of the fear back when he whatever that formula he took. Because she was like, nah, people who experience this thing don't come back and try to get it because we know better. So yeah, she set her little plan up in action. She had gave homeboy the shard. Like, they got multiple shards buried, but is it more than one shard that's not buried? Because you need more than one shard, fam.
Yeah, like, I don't. It could be, but I think this is the only one that they've like really truly like mentioned outside of the ones that are buried. Is like this. That's the one that they are able to hold on their own. So I'm not sure but this is the one that they always kind of like speak about. But she just like, make sure you hold on to this, which he didn't.
He did not. He did not. Which was actually lucky in the end that he didn't hold on to it. But at the same time, how you put it in a bag like that? He had it like kind of hanging out of the bag, his little satchel or whatever. It's like, come on, man. That's the only thing in this entire place that can save you from a thing that's eating people. I'm holding that thing like
exactly.
Like, bruh. Yeah, he was way too like relaxed with that thing, man. Like, way too relaxed.
Exactly. Next time, this ain't gonna be the one we need to be out in the field. This is
nah. He ain't ready. But Rose said, "Bring me," and I bet they would have brought her. Fewer of them would have got. You know what I'm saying? Rose was there, in my opinion.
Yeah, they should have, but you know, this was the '60s, so they was just looking. We didn't have no woman out here.
I mean, yeah, that could have been part of it too. But I really think that Shaw just didn't want her. He was like, "You gonna sabotage this, or you gonna mess around and get hurt." One or the other. He's an anomaly to me right now.
And he still, I think he still, has a little care for her.
Yeah, he does. He
Probably
does.
didn't really want her to put her in the line of fire because there was some part of him that knows. Because remember, they failed with their missions before trying to get close to it. Like every time they've gotten around it or gotten close to any leads, people have died because of it. And I just don't think that he wanted to put her there because even though I feel like he might have thought that this was the most sure plan that he's ever had, he still didn't want to put her in a position to where she was just collateral damage again.
Yeah. That would have hunted him.
But Will was like, "Why the hell we moving all of a sudden?"
Yeah,
I just made friends.
Yeah, and he's worried about them because he's like, okay, I'm moving to safety outside the influence of this thing, but my friends are still there. My friends still back there. And it makes sense to me for him to feel it that way. And it didn't make sense for me for his father to be so cold in this situation. I understand his emotional range is stunted because of his brain injury, but his father seemed to act like it was, oh, you'll see your friends at, whenever all this is over. But like the concern isn't seeing my friends, the concern is protecting my friends. And you know this. Like that's the concern. It's not me being able to hang out with them. It's them not getting got by the thing that we both know exists.
I mean, I know they probably wouldn't have been able to help anybody, but I at least would have put Ronnie in the car with me though, because it ain't like her dad don't give a shit about her at this point. He trying to save his own ass. So they could have took Ronnie. If anybody, y'all could have took Ronnie.
But see, it's a top secret military base with top secret shit. So like his family, yeah, but the outsider, nah, Ronnie ain't getting in there. Mm-mm.
Well, especially
he ain't got the clearance for that. He ain't hollering. He ain't got the ability to pull like.
So we go. Lily goes and tries to talk to, in her mind, the only adult that listens, and the housekeeper from Juniper Hills. And we get there and we see her douchebag husband, who is also the butcher, who let them kids bully that little boy, talking about, well, kids will be kids or whatever. Da, da, da. And he was acting all happy and stuff while he was in the butcher shop.
I was about to say that.
Hey, and how we, what did I need to get you? And I, welcome to Derry. I hope you like it here. Oh, boys will be boys. It'll be just fine. And then you get in the house and be like, my steak better be done.
Bro, like his total personality change.
Make sure you make that steak. And when I say medium rare, it better be brown on the outside and pink on the inside, or I ain't gonna be so nice as I was to you the first time. So make it better this second time, because I don't play about my food.
I'll never understand like how women cope during that time, because like not only was there a physical threat, because the guys are, he's stronger than you, but like there's a financial threat. You can't do anything during this time period without a husband or without a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, you couldn't get a loan, you couldn't get a credit card, you couldn't buy a car.
Nothing. Could barely get a job. Like, so yeah, like she was definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place with this man, and then what she's doing on top of that. But I understand.
I mean, that wasn't probably the best outlet you could have done, because
no, it wasn't. It's the absolute worst thing she could have done.
Because if you I don't know, because I hadn't been in that situation, but I would be thinking, if you truly care about this guy, this man, and he's the opposite race, and what can happen to him, you should be able to make the executive decision to say, like, this is not going to end well for you.
Man, you already know how hookups are. Like, come on, man. People ain't thinking in the moment. Not at the most. Like, it's there is a threshold. Once you get past a certain point, then like you might as well just do it. Where the mind goes.
It ain't nothing. It's not worth it. It ain't. He got a daughter. It ain't worth. No,
not only that, he got a daughter. He got a business.
Exactly. Like,
he's a successful black man in Derry. Like,
I'm like, I'm trying to think who would even be worth it like that. Who?
You're hilarious.
Not even Paul Walker would be worth it.
Oh my God,
you're getting strung up from a tree.
Oh my God.
It's
Paula.
just it just wouldn't be worth it. But
Poor
yeah,
Paula.
Lily, like I come over here to talk, and I see your husband in the back standing over there like freaking Ike Turner. Like he just make he wants you to make one mistake, sear that steak, one wrong little piece on the side. If the end of it is too crispy,
Yeah,
and if it's too salty in this one area, then it's going. Is she he do like he be going upside her head.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. But when he walked into the room, they did it in a very ominous fashion because they were leading us to like this, I guess, red herring that the woman that Lily is close to was like a part of it and the thing or whatnot. Like she could have been like, manipulating Lily. And then that when we saw the scene of the husband like in silhouette in the background, like a thing, like he looked like the thing back there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I thought, oh snap, this lady is part of it. This household is part of it.
Because he came out there like he came out there like they was about to set this little girl up. I was scared
Yeah,
for Lily for a second. I was
yeah.
just like, oh shit, something about to happen.
Yeah, but then not knowing that he was the problem, but he wasn't that problem specifically. But she went here to try to get advice about what Billy gonna do with the pacifier. Cause like he was saying that he didn't want to go to the cops because they would bring him back home. He didn't want to go to his dad's house because his dad did things to him. We don't know what that is. I can guess. And so the idea was that he was saying that I would rather go back to the freaking sewers and go back to my dad's place. So they didn't want to put him in that situation. She's trying to get advice on like what she should do in order to utilize the fact that he's still alive.
And this fool will come out the corner. Um,
Want his
not
thing.
spend too much time with Will, but just like all these kids are hard headed, and so he finds a way to go back to be with them. Me personally, I would have been where I'm at.
I
That's
mean,
it.
he knows the stakes and he's smart. He's probably their best asset to be real, to be 100% real. And he knows the stakes. He knows what the outcome of him not being there could be. You know, he's not considering what the outcome of him being there could be, that he could also lose his life. But he's definitely in like protector mode when it
Yeah.
comes to his friends. His mom, though, like, I don't know, like she's very perceptive, but in this moment, it was obvious that he was sneaking out.
But I feel like in those instances, she be in her mind needing to slide out and go do some things too.
Yeah, and she during that time she was going through a lot too, so I won't blame her for not like picking up on this immediately, And then like right after he left, she get the news report about the prison bus, so she didn't have time to even process what her son could be doing.
She be having a full plate of stuff to do too. Like, all right, just
Yeah.
I be having stuff to do. All right. And so they got the soldiers over there at the house, Pennywise's playhouse, and
And the news straight line. They talking about it's a gas leak over there by the house, and they talking about fam escaped from the bus. It was a bus crash. We found later on the bus got attacked by a thing.
there's so much, but she immediately sees that and is worried about what happened to him, because when that happened, my first thing was the racist got him. Somebody did.
Yeah, I did too. I
I
thought like
thought he was like,
somebody ran the
when
bus
she
off the
looked for, I
road.
thought that she wasn't gonna see him. The next time she was gonna see him, it was gonna be his body. I just knew something bad was gonna be happening to him, because like, dang, he didn't even make it to Shawshank. But the way that angry mob was standing outside, I was just like, somebody went and dragged his ass off of that bus.
But
But I
then
mean,
also the bus looked crazy on the news. Like the shot of the bus was all like sideways and kind of like split open on the side.
I hope we get like a flash of next episode. Maybe they
What happened
just
with the
do skip over.
bus?
I actually want to see like, how did this happen, because everybody else was slaughtered.
Yeah. As far as we
Except,
know, because he's the only one that they said was missing. So I
so
mean, that pretty much lets me know that was on purpose.
Because they said talking about he escaped. Well, what else he gonna do if the bus everybody get massacred? What you want me to do then?
Yeah,
You want me
man,
to
I'm
stand
just
there and
sit
wait for y'all?
here.
Everybody dead. You want me to just wait for y'all to come and save me too? Or I don't. Y'all trying to make it seem like he escaped? No, that they were attacked and he's running for his life.
And I know
What did
all
y'all want
those.
him to do?
I know all those like people who got on that bus. Like I know they didn't all have like natural looking wounds. Like they had to have like bite marks and claw marks and stab wounds, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna see somebody with 30 rows of teeth prints in their freaking neck and think, oh, the bus did that.
But then again, they've had all the proof that they need. Because at this point, the military people can honestly set Hank free.
Yeah, they know.
They can actually say what they need to say to let him out, and
Which
they
is probably the angle that they're gonna end up going, because if that comes about, because with Charlotte being on the base, having more information about what's going on, and her putting two and two together that it's the entity taking out these kids and not Hank. Her proximity helps Hank out, and then how it ended as well with her meeting Shorty on the base. So yeah, that might be the angle they go with as far as like his story. Now, how that ends is anybody's guess, because it was a different time.
It was
like proof or not, you can still get out of here.
So Lily convinces them to lie. That say it's too dangerous to take Maddie to the police because they don't be listening to us in no way. We need to go and save Phil. If Phil is still alive, we need to go and save him ourselves. And she gives them some more. In my mind, they ain't named the drug, but back in the day, I'm pretty sure those are some Quaaludes.
The way they was tweaking, I was like, that X.
I think there was some lewds. Now, have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes, I did. But like they said
they had ran up on some Quaaludes that was what 20, 30 years.
30 years old, man.
And they was gone. They was tweaking on a whole other level. That's why I said, these kids got. And then she said, take as many as you can. These kids was high off of blues.
They had 3 each, but they only took 1 going in. They had 3 each. Now I don't know if that's even effective. You know what I'm saying? Because one, to me, it seemed like it would amplify your fear. If you're hallucinating and there's already a thing there that can already transform into anything it wants to, like that just works against your hallucination. Like, should make it worse. But when they were in there and they took the Quaaludes or whatever they took, like it wore off before they got to the end game.
Well, that's what happens when you do recreational pharmaceuticals at the hands of a child.
Right? What? Ain't that low dosing, micro dosing. We'll take a whole dose, but take 2 pills.
just out there, just wandering around aimlessly, doing things they have no idea about. And Lily's so sweet and naive because she really thought that they was going to be helpful because her mom is probably an addict.
And she was probably. She said she takes some like candy. Her old daughter said that.
Mom, a whole addict out here and just being loose with her pills. But we get to the house and they get in there, try to give them the speech, just make sure you watch out for anything, suspicious and get in here.
Don't belong, shoot it. That's what they said, which almost backfired on them, on Leroy.
Yeah, they get in there and immediately things just start getting strange. And during the foolishness that's happening in the house, which they were just very ill prepared at this point. It's not even like a weapon is going to take down Pennywise anyway. So first of all, that's what the general should have said. Like that's not y'all. You gave these men weapons, like that's going to do something.
Yeah, he knows it's only one weapon. It's only one weapon that actually hurts this thing.
Like y'all, you already knew that. You sent them in there with the blind leading the blind, and eventually Halloran that he falls and they don't see his ass no more. He's just
Smash
gone.
to another dimension and look like
He falls and ends up hallucinating and seeing his abusive grandfather, which if anyone wants to know more of Halloran's backstory, you get some of it in The Shining, and then you get a lot more of it in Doctor Sleep to tell you about more of his story and, you know, how he was able to cultivate his abilities with his grandmother, that everybody in his family was afraid of his granddad. His granddad was not only physically abusive, but you know, he was essaying him and the grandma. Like when grandpa came around, like it was like he was running type shit. Like don't they nobody want to do, like they was really scared of this man. And
yeah,
even when his grandfather passed away, because Halloran has this ability, he was still being tormented. Almost like in Black Phone 2, when what's his name took down the grabber,
mm-hmm.
and then he thought it was over. But when you have like these abilities, the shine or whatever, when you have psychic gifts, it's not over sometimes
Yeah,
just
I
because the
just
person
I
passes
just feel
away.
like, I mean, one, it seemed like his grandfather wanted to exploit his abilities, and his grandmother wanted him to hide them or like use them sparingly. And yeah, like it really seemed like his grandfather had like ulterior motives with his ability to do these spectacular things. For me, I understand, you know, the fear of a child, but like if I can melt your mind, I'm about to take you out, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I can attack your brain by thinking that I'm about to take you out. You know, and yeah, I understand it's psychological because he was always more powerful than his grandfather was. Like as far as a being that existed, his grandfather had physical force. He had real power, like real supernatural powers.
But
But
yeah,
like
but
he
it's
was
hard
just
to
so
see
shocked,
when he's
man.
also, yes, when you're abused
Yeah, like
and you can't think like that. The trauma of abuse literally blocks out everything else in your brain. You're pretty much paralyzed. And between, you know, his evil grandfather and Pennywise exploiting that, is like we're gonna open up some of these boxes. And you know what? And I feel like Pennywise did this because remember Halloran intercepted into Pennywise when Pennywise was still sitting at the house. Like when the Avengers rolled up on Thanos, it was like, wait, what y'all doing here? Like
yeah.
I ain't ready for, like I'm not ready for you yet.
But
Hold on.
see, opening that box, it kind of reminds me of Danny with the coffins. Cause like those coffins from The Shining, they not only did they house the spirits that he could actually control and call out, but like they also kind of dulled his power. So for me, I felt like when they broke open the box, he kind of released his full level of like shine, which is like the reason why at the end he was able to see the deceased soldier, Russo, because of, you know, like his powers are fully turned on after this experience. Because he's been using like fractions of his ability, and that's because of his grandmother telling him to. So it's like the more you use the shine, the more like you're drawn into the darkness or whatever. It's a double-edged sword. Like you can't really just be out here just shining everywhere.
Yes, I'm gonna talk, you know, a little bit more about that as we get to the end and we see how this situation ends up. Again, you know, we
It's a trap. It's a
I
trap.
knew
Yeah,
that
I definitely knew. I like, come
but the
on.
way that they handled this reveal,
Yeah, wow.
amazing. They did a really, really good job of how they was able to expose Pennywise, expose Maddie for being a fraud, and we finally get Bill Skarsgård as returning, um, portraying Pennywise, and he didn't miss a beat. And you know what? I'm not even gonna save this to the end. Because see, I gotta say this because I'm still waiting for somebody to see what I'm seeing, and y'all ain't saying nothing. But I still I stand on what I said last week. So, what I say about them curl patterns?
What you said? What girl clown still?
Exactly. Look at his hair.
No, I see. That's the
You
first
see
thing
what
I
I'm saying?
noticed.
Because y'all keep because people kept saying, that's the one that was appearing outside of the Hanlon's house, and when they was at the cemetery and all. That's not this person. That's not him.
I mean, yeah, like cause like this hair, like the hair that we saw reminds me of the clown from The Simpsons. You forget his name.
Krusty.
Krusty the Clown. Yeah, it's that shaped hair. Like it's two going
Mm-hmm.
down, one going up. And he is. It's like it's a flare out, but it's like a curl. And-
Exactly. You see, just a little the swoop. We're getting a swoop and a
yeah,
little flip. The clown that we kept the figure of the clown that we see in the shadows, like you said, it's giving more Krusty the Clown here, where it's like all this like pointed outward,
yeah,
more outward point up and out this way. That looks like the clown that I want to say. What was that? Episode 2 or 3?
yeah. The girl clown.
Yep, that we seen in the with the
Yancy.
blonde hair and the all white wake up in like the white clothes. It was giving that hair, and the more I was like, I keep looking at that, the more I keep thinking that like that. I don't know how or why it would exist right now. Like I don't know what the reason would be, but that's not Pennywise.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what like. Yeah, I'm kind of convinced it's two clowns too now, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a coalition of clowns or is there a secondary entity watching, or is he just multiple clowns?
Manifesting in that
Yeah,
form as well. Either he could be manifesting in that form, but whatever that form, but that's not this Pennywise.
yeah.
It's
Even when we saw him twice in this episode in shadow, and it didn't have the same silhouette as the one outside the Will's window when he had the telescope.
right. I'm like y'all, and not enough people. Y'all are not talk pointing that part out because it ain't no way that's the same silhouette. It's just not. No, that ain't. I don't know. I don't know who that is. That ain't Pennywise, and we're gonna have to revisit who that clown is. But I'm telling y'all that y'all keep saying, oh yeah, Pennywise been in the shadows, that was Pennywise. No, it's not. This is the first time that Pennywise has actually got into his full form right here. Any other time that you think you saw Pennywise before episode 5,
I
that's not
mean,
it. This is
it was a
Pennywise in full
freaking
form.
baby for 2 straight episodes.
Right. This is the first full Pennywise. Whoever else that was, that wasn't it. And Russo went and jumped in front of a bullet for Will. Back up here. Because Hamlet said after he, the entity changed into the form of Charlotte and it wasn't real. Leroy was like, all right, I ain't playing these games. If you ain't supposed to be down here, you get clapped up.
Get got. Get got, man. And bro was like, I don't care. He said, I don't care if it was your girlfriend or your English teacher. If it's down here, shoot it.
So I ain't about to be playing these games with
This
y'all.
one, in that moment, I was like, oh man, we're gonna run into him. I didn't think Russo was gonna, get got here, but I immediately thought, oh man, it's gonna be a standoff between Will and his father pointing a force enhancer at him. Like, and that happened. I just didn't see the next part. Russo stepping in front of the bullet, pretty much.
And that's when Hanlon and he didn't like that. Hanlon was not too happy about these mind games. Like he don't do stuff like Leroy ain't for all of this foolishness.
He's too logical. Like
yeah.
he's not scared down there. He's pissed. Like he doesn't have the capacity for fear.
He's saying like I don't like people playing games. I don't like people playing games in my face. If we gonna be real or not, we playing these psychic games. I don't do that. So when Pennywise finally reveals itself, all them little kids say every man for themselves.
Man, it took off. Literally ass gonna fall, man.
That's why I don't go to places I ain't supposed to be, because I know I'm a trip and fall. When
Oh
we
my
laugh
God.
at these people who always, there's always the person in a horror setting that is going to have a trip and fall. That's why I'm not trying to be in those settings, because that would be the one that does the trip and fall. So I'm not going. And Lily fell, and he was like, "Well, you know what? I'll at least take this one. This is fine. It'll do. I'll get the rest of them, but that'll do." And he almost had her too, except for Tanya ass dropped the goddamn
Shard.
art shard,
And
and
she was right by that joint.
she ended up at the right place at the right time. Wrong place, but right time. And it saved her life, because Pennywise was like, huh.
He couldn't do nothing to that. He was like
Mm-hmm.
completely powerless in the face of that thing just
Like, I ain't
being
even see that, but I ain't even see this coming. Like, he's like, I don't know what to do with this.
Mhm.
This wasn't in part of my plans for
He
you to
was
come.
about to eat her.
Because where you get that? Where this shit come from? This
Yeah,
wasn't in my
that's
house.
how he looked. He was
Exactly.
like,
I done combed all
wait,
parts of
whoa,
this
whoa.
house. I made sure this house was ready for y'all when y'all got here. I was planning this for months. And where did this wasn't here earlier when I came to do my walkthrough.
He just
And
walked
exactly. He did a walkthrough to make sure this house was gonna be ready for when everybody showed up to the party later. And it wasn't no star shards at the house earlier. So he's like, where the hell does this shit come from? But Lily was smart enough to know that if she saw it glowing, that it had to be the thing that he was afraid of, and her ass took it so she could escape. So good job on Lily's behalf. But I know he was pissed, and he's like, he looking at her like, I'm gonna get your ass next time.
Oh yeah, he was mad as hell. Because he had to walk off. Like it's like it was hurting him to be in close proximity to it. And like it started to make him like de-transform. Like because he had turned to his full teeth form, and he started to like shrink. Kind of reminded me of the original series when they was like making fun of him.
They started to flame him up one time, and he's at his max limit when everybody else is afraid. But then this is something that they didn't even realize brings the fear to him. And so he had to back away. But good job, Lily, because see, she could have, again, in most horror instances, it could have been a thing where she could have walked off and left it there, and then would have got back with everybody else and be like, guys, I think I saw something, and now we have to go back and get it. She said, hell no, let me pick it up now.
The funniest part to me though was that she was like trapped by those bars. Like those bars were so wide apart, her little ass could get through them bars. She didn't even try. She just looked at it like, "Oh, I guess I'm trapped."
And everybody else, they some deaths happen, some not, but ultimately the kids got out.
Yeah, they did. They got out in one piece. For the second time at that. He probably is upset at them at this point.
Yeah, all the kids ain't gonna make it. I ain't even gonna hold you. All the kids ain't gonna make it out. But what I told y'all last week.
Oh my God, this is so funny watching this. Like I knew it was something when the scene started with her, because she ain't never started no damn scene ever. It is.
I said I said I said it might not be her, but
you did guess her though.
But what if I said
you guess it could be her, because we had no introduction of like any other white woman in this town that was like prominent. That we would think like, oh, okay, it could be her, but we kept seeing her like she was recurring. So yeah, it made sense.
I've been letting this whole thing play out. I do what I guess he was out here tiptoeing. I said he was really out there, that when his grandma wouldn't lie for him. He was outside, doing outside activities. Okay, he want to be a city boy in Derry. All right. And I said it had to be. So I said I knew you was outside. I knew it had to be, a YT woman. And I said, and this looked like it could be her. It could be. I said I got all of that, and they got Charlotte down here dressed like Velma, like she about to go on the Scooby-Doo mystery.
She damn so is.
To figure these things out. So now he's getting her all involved in their foolishness. And that now that we're here, I got some more thoughts that I want to give y'all. Just because my wheels are turning here. I've been sitting on this, y'all. I've been going down a whole rabbit hole. I've been going down a rabbit hole. Okay, going down a rabbit hole, not just with Derry, but with it chapter 1, all of the things. But this is what I'm thinking now. I'm thinking that when it exposed himself as that officer, the bus driver, nonetheless, when they was loading up Hank onto the Shawshank route, that it was all a setup to get Hank off of the bus, not to save Hank, but to use Hank as a catalyst for the big massacre, for like Pennywise's finale. Because Children of Maturin said it's all gonna end soon, but he likes to go out with a bang.
Say his cycle almost up.
Yes, Hank is the perfect conduit for a big finale, because even we spare him now to draw him in for more foolishness later. Because if he pulled a crowd now, let's expose him a little bit more, because I don't think they angry enough. Because to think about it, and that's going to get the most fear from people, is once they realize that this black man slept with this white woman.
And now he running around free.
And she's married. And she's married to the butcher. Like, I don't care if the military, if they do explain to the military that he did not take them kids, because now they ain't gonna give a damn about them kids when they see it. All he did, he engaged in bunny hopping in the snow, and that's all they're gonna worry about right now. And that's where, when I said last week, I said the black spot fires is gonna be either have to do with Charlotte and Hank, or Halloran getting those people
their house.
And at this point, it doesn't look like they're blaming Halloran, because Shaw is actually blaming the Native Americans for that.
I was just about to say he blaming them for.
He still ain't taking no accountability.
I know, right?
He blaming Rose them for that. So there, so that theory of me thinking that they was good, because clearly I knew they was gonna blame some damn body but themselves. Somebody had to get the blame, and it's not gonna be Halloran. Now we're off of that. Now I'm thinking that this is the reason why the black spot burning is going to happen. It's definitely Charlotte's connection. Feel like she's going to end up trying to figure something out with Leroy to get this man to some safety. But somebody is going to know, somebody's going to hear, word going to get around, because again, Derry is like Dublin. Everything's small. Everybody know everybody. Word of mouth is going to travel. And that's when they're going to light it on fire, which is going to be the grand finale that the entity likes to have before it goes back into its hibernation. So this is all, I think this is all one big setup so he can go out with a bang.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's just,
I'm not sure how it'll play out, but I can see that. I had a idea about this though, because Russo got and they would know from ballistics who pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
So my thought was like, are they gonna do anything to Leroy for that? You know what I'm saying? And because we kind of get the middle of his interview about what happened and not from the beginning. Like, how much did he tell them?
Yeah, that's why I want to know how much he told them. But then again, Leroy don't look like somebody who tells lies like that. This is what I think, because the way the conversation ended, Shaw was like, I apologize for what those people did to us. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe they set us up. So whatever he would have told him, even if he said I was the one who did XYZ, the way they're making it seem though as if Shaw is taking, Shaw don't want his men to have any blame for anything. We got to put it on somebody. So we just gonna say that they set us up. and that you did that because of just us being there. But like whatever happened, it wasn't your fault. They set us up to go down there. It
Yeah,
ain't your fault.
that
We
we
broke.
wanted to go for some reason. But yeah, and Hollering was still missing because they all left, and he disappeared first, which was like that made sense. He's the psychic man. We should separate the psychic man from the rest of them because y'all will be defenseless without the psychic man. So
But yeah, because he in his mind, he's like, I think he can take care of himself. He's like, oh, he's
yeah,
got special abilities. He should be able
that
to
was Shaw was like, if anybody can get out of there by himself, it's Hollering. So,
like he should be able to get on out of
and
there.
he was right. I mean,
But damn, y'all ain't even go look for him.
the
um, I also have my little theories on
oh my god,
Halloran. Before I get into that, what do you have anything on Halloran? Do you got anything on that before
I
I?
already told you, man. I said his shine is unlocked, like his potential is unlocked, which is a double-edged sword. Like it gives you more power, but it also brings you towards the dark entities. So yeah, he about to start going through what Danny was going through after the shine. And he kept seeing people everywhere who weren't. He kept seeing the Bruce Willises. I see dead people. He kept seeing that
And I feel
everywhere.
like this is going to make him completely useless to the military now.
But you know, like in the shining, he was kind of shook. Like he was kind of tired of that stuff. I mean, and like the way that he took to Danny in the shining was like, I understand what you're going through, and it's probably gonna get worse later for you, little fella. So yeah,
Yeah,
by the time
like
that movie came
now that
out, he
this is unlocked, because that's a whole other thing. Because you give me all the powers and abilities, but when it crossed that threshold, I don't want it no more.
yeah, I mean,
I don't
you
want it.
needed like it to be able to like commune with the deceased. Okay, that's an interesting ability. But let me be able to turn it on and off. Like, don't wake me up. Like, don't have your dead ass waking me up in the middle of the night.
I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want that ability. I don't. I let me. Let me tell y'all, because I'm pretty much empathic myself. Like I feel energies like a lot. Like I can feel energies in a room, around people, places, all of that stuff. And I I don't do the medium thing. It ain't take for me but one time to feel like I saw something and I was like, I don't God, whatever gifts that you give me, I don't do this.
Do you not like when people like smacking while they eat? Does that bother you?
I'm bothered by a lot of things. I'm
I
very
mean, it's like is that specifically a thing? Like you don't like the sound of smacking or people clearing their throats or
that stuff doesn't bother me. It's certain because well, number one, little things do bother me, but stuff like that doesn't. I'm I'm overstimulated by people's like the true essence of who people are and their intentions of things.
now I was just asking because like most people who like they say that they empathic, you have this gene that like I think it's like 20% of the world has it. And basically I got it because I can't stand people freaking chewing with their mouth open. But it's like it causes a fight or flight response to hear that because you're hearing like gnashing teeth, and it was a gene that humans develop over time in order for like a lookout in the family or the tribe or wherever you were with to be able to hear predators coming. So you're like hypersensitive. So like when you say you feel energies in the room, like there's a gene for that.
Oh well, yeah, I guess because that does because I hear a lot of like my sense of smell is very
That's like my
particular.
sister. Yeah,
Yes,
my
I
older sister
I am
got it too.
so sensitive. Like I will smell things that other people will not, and
Yeah,
it bothers me. That's why I'm always lighting candles and do having essential oils and stuff. I'm very very sensitive to smell. Like it
my
don't take
sister can't do
it
that.
could a scent could go by me one time and then disappear, or I could walk somewhere and I'm like, I don't like that, and people won't like understand. Like I'm very sensitive to smells and I'm very sensitive to sounds.
Yeah, you probably got them crazy genes.
Very, very hypersensitive to those things. And I'm telling you, it ain't take but one time. Me seeing oh hell no. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like I might have brought some back with me one time when I worked in South Carolina.
Oh my God.
Nope.
What you do? You sage your house or something?
After I did all that, after all of that, I remember, and it's so weird, y'all. I was like taking and I know everybody lucid dreams, and most of my lucid dreams have never bothered me. But I remember I was laying on the bed, and I don't often take naps because I'd be too busy. But it was one day that I had the ability, and I was at home by myself, which is not I'm like a situation that I'm usually not in. Taking a nap at the house by myself, and I feel like I was lucid dreaming, but I woke up and I remember I looked to because I always sleep somewhere where I'm closest to get to like the bathroom. So I looked in the opposite direction of where the door was, and I remember it was a black child, but they were deceased. Almost like how the dude from Pet Cemetery was seeing like the guy that passed away that he couldn't save. And it was just like standing like right there, like next to the bed. That scared the crap out of me. I had never seen nothing like that before.
Should have told his ass to get the kid on.
It was a little, and I was just like, and nothing even. I have no proof that it had been. I just South Carolina is one of those places though, but I feel like South Carolina, and I worked in a school district that used to be segregated.
I mean, so is Georgia. These Georgia pines, there's so many souls out there.
Exactly. Yeah, between and the school that I had worked at, and I don't even work for that school district anymore because I'm doing telehealth now. But it was like half the school was combined is now, but previously it was like the elementary school was the black school and the middle and high school were the white schools. And mind you, they were like almost across the street from each other.
That's how West Lawrence was. Like what's the middle school now? It used to be the black high school back in the day. Like back when my dad went to school back there, it was called Oconee or whatever. So that was the black high school, and then where West Lawrence High School was the white high school on that side of town.
Yeah. So yeah, I said never again. I said, God, I might have said, give me the gifts, but not this one.
It's weird.
I'm not the strongest soldier for this one. I'm not the person.
Man, I'm good on that ghost stuff.
I'm not the one. I don't have it in me.
But they say all you gotta do is just not acknowledge them, they'll go away. That's what they say.
I said some prayers, and I lit some sage, and I bought some new crystals, and I did Psalms 91. I was all things like, this is not for me. I don't because I was thinking like it was a little black girl. I was thinking like, I don't know why you appeared to why you here right now, but I'm not the one that can help you. Like there's other mediums you go to help. I'm not a medium. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I don't want that one.
You was in their house.
Could have been too, because at that time was we in Augusta, Georgia. Exactly. It could have been somebody who lived in a house, a little kid that lived in the neighborhood, somebody that followed me from the school in South Carolina. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, I might do a lot of things, but this ain't the one. I ain't got it. I got to refer you out, but I'm not strong enough. And so I think Halloran is not going to be good after this, because they said the only thing that kind of like breaks the shine is drinking.
Yeah, he already drank.
Yeah, and so he's not gonna be good after this. This is probably that's too much. Because let me tell you, y'all, look, it's all good and fine until it ain't. Let you walk around one day and you start seeing. I'm not that little boy from the Sixth Sense. I don't want to see that, like the little boy from the Sixth Sense when you just turn around and they standing like right there. I don't want it.
Yeah, that was the only scary scene in the whole movie, though. Scary scene in the whole movie. I don't like that movie. I wasn't a fan of The Sixth Sense.
And I love The Sixth Sense, actually. I really like that movie. But in the sense of, and sometimes they don't be trying to hurt you. Like Russo didn't look like he was out there trying to hurt him or nothing. But I am very paranoid.
I mean, just like hollering with Danny. I mean, he came to Danny in his room. They would speak at night.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the ghost man, like they were just homies.
Y'all drop down in the comments and let us know how you felt about this episode. And give us your final thoughts on the episode and what you're looking forward to in episode 6. I think we have 4 more episodes. I don't see what are you trying to see have you watched the trailer for episode 6? Are you expecting
I
anything?
never watched the little trailers before. Like because I mean I don't know how they're like, you know, edited together. Like they spoil too much or not. But I've seen freaking YouTube videos that are like going over the trailer for the next episode. Like I just seen the title, and like the title is too much of a spoiler for me, so I don't even watch that. But I do hope that we get to see like a full on like child teen versus Pennywise battle at some point. Like, cause like I would hate for it to end on like, oh, the violence happened, the cycle ends, and he goes back into hiding. I would rather him get like some form of defeat, like, you know what I'm saying, like Will and them figure out a way to like banish him or something, and then, you know, he comes back. We know when he comes back, you know, because that was the original story. But you know, I'm hoping that they do like figure out how to put a boot to his ass a little bit.
Y'all drop in the comments. What are you? Because I don't watch the trailers for the next episode either. Like I don't need spoilers for the next episode. I'm just gonna hold on to my theories and kind of see how it plays out. And which I normally would, because in Interview the Vampire, I was on it like, I need to know now. I need to know today. But I want to reserve it so that I can have my shock factor on Sunday nights. I don't like make everybody I know possible watch this show. I'm just, when I know something is good, I'm telling everybody y'all need to be on this show. I put people on this. If you have stuck with us thus far, please make sure that you hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you turn on your notification bell because you'll want to know when we drop new episodes. Stranger Things season 4 recap dropping tomorrow, and we will be covering Stranger Things season 5. They're dropping 4 new episodes, and we are going to be on top of that. Plus, I am talking about Pluribus and Force. So make sure y'all stay tuned for all of the things, and we will see y'all in the next one.
I can put you in a log cabin somewhere in Aspen. Girl, ain't nothing to pain, ain't tricking if you got it.
Go to the police, not now. He's made sure of that.
Put you in a
He's out there and he's watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh?
Like I said, ain't nothing to the pain. We can change the last name. What's happening? Cause you look so good. Tell me why you wanna work here. Put you on the front page of a King magazine, but you gon' get yourself hurt, yeah. Hey, baby, I brought you in the back just to have a conversation. Really think you need some ventilation. Let's talk about you and me. Oh,
we go from taking Kel to the hospital to catching a goddamn snake.
I think she want me. Nah, I can't leave her lonely. No, ooh, I can't believe it. Ooh, she out on me.
Lay low, so he knows you're alone, and then he's gonna come after you.
I can't leave her lonely.